Okay, Annie, this video is especially for you. It's August 28th, about 9:30 in the morning, and here's my porch, and this is called Himalayan jewelweed. It is covering my window, but that's okay. I planted it, well, I didn't really plant it, I let it grow, because it's wonderful food for me, as I can eat the leaves and the seeds, and the stalk can be broken for an ointment for things like poison ivy, although I don't get poison ivy. And the birds and the hummingbirds, the birds and the hummingbirds and the bees and all the other pollinators love the orchid plants for food. They're not the indigenous Himalayan. The indigenous Himalayan jewelweed is a smaller plant with orange orchid leaves. This came in from Asia somehow, probably along with the Japanese beetles, and they can get really high, like maybe 10 feet high, 12 feet high, but you'll see, I'll go close up. See the bee? Is there a bee there? There was a bee there. I must have scared him away. But anyway, they're beautiful little flowers. Here's a bee. Here's a bee. Hello. These aren't honeybees. These are bumblebees. I don't know where the honeybees are this year, but anyway, so I let them go. And right here is a seed pod, and that explodes. That's why I have so many of them. But if you can eat these. If you go like this, they explode in your hand. Oh, this one's not ready to explode. But anyway, they do. This one might. This one might explode in my hand. Anyway, sorry about that. It's not exploding. But anyway, those seeds you can eat. I'm going to eat them right now. You can eat the whole pie. Anyway, moving along to my garden. I haven't put the hose away yet because I'm going to use it today. And more jewelweed. I think maybe the reason my vegetables aren't getting pollinated is because they're too easy. It's too easy to do the jewelweed. But anyway, here's the Tithonia. The tall ones have orange flowers for the butterflies. They're a little stalled. This would be called the French intensive gardening method, but I just call it intense. I mean, this garden is really intense. I can't even get into it. There's my corn, and this is a wonderful ear here. Where are you there? See, that's probably in another 2 days going to be wonderful. These are crookneck summer squash, which are very bountiful this year. Here is a tomato plant that volunteered from last year. This, of course, is the cage where I had 14-foot tomatoes last year. Witness what's happened this year. Hardly any tomatoes. Some sort of blight, fungus. Pathetic, really. Basil, herb garden, oregano. Bee balm is very happy. Look what bee balm does. It sends out another flower. Isn't that amazing? Bees love that. Phlox in the background. Just all sorts of herbs in here. A horseradish over there, which really is invasive. Chives. Moving along to my raised bed. More basil. Carrots. Sweet Annie, which I'm going to save the seed for you. It's just a wonderful herb. Now over there, hither and yon in my wildflower bed, I made a hay bale garden out of the hay bales that I put around my house to keep it, keep the cold from getting in. And anyway, to make a long story short, I made it and packed it all with hay bales and put a lot of manure and dirt in and wood chips. And then I planted 3 acorn squash and 3 buttercup. And it was just a test to see if it would even work. There is a sunflower. And I planted a few other things, sunflowers and what have you. This is working. This is advancing into my garden. You see it there? It is advanced into my garden, into the carrots. It is now advancing that way. It's come around the raised bed, and now it's advancing. Probably it will start growing up this post on my tomato cage. I mean, it's really ridiculous. I can't even get in there to see if I have any vegetables. I know I've got leaves and vines. So anyway, here's some more basil. And this is just a wonderful little plant. I can't remember the name of it. And here again, I have Swiss chard under there, believe it or not. But the squash over there in the hay bale garden has advanced into here, is now climbing up my trellis. Japanese beetles on my beans. Got lots of beans, so a few beans. So yeah, this is advancing here across the garden. It's probably going to hook itself up to this. These are all my beets. It's just the most intense garden I've ever had in my life. It's out of control. Okay.